Balance, base of support, stabilization challenges. So your students have gotten good at moving from wide to narrow. How do you continue to challenge them balance-wise in a stabilized, non-moving position? So we're going to start at our first progression, seated. For your seated students, maybe their challenge was just to sit up tall away from the back of the chair. So now they've got this, they're good, they've mastered it. One way to change this and to add a challenge is to change their visual gaze. So if they're looking ahead, we're just going to simply have them look over one shoulder nice and slow, come back center, look over the other shoulder, and come back center. Now we can apply that to the 1 foot off of the ground. So they've got that, they need the next challenge, they're stable, they're strong, changing their visual gaze, having them look over one shoulder, back center, looking over the other shoulder, and back center. Now we can also challenge their base of support stabilization by adding different arm movements in. So with the wide stance, we can simply just take the arms, we can cue them to take them forward, out to the sides, back forward, reaching up, and then back to the sides. We can do this with the 1 foot, so we'll do the opposite foot. So I have that foot lifted up a little, coming to 1 foot balance. So lifting up, out to the side, back center, a little bit up, and down. Now progressing on to our students that are doing light support. So they have the chair for light support, and we're going to take that 1 foot balance. So maybe we've got them to the point where they're tiptoeing, and they've got that down solid. And you can add that visual change in. So again, just looking in one direction, looking center, looking in the other direction, coming center. And a lot of times that visual gaze change will completely change their reaction to the balance stance. So for your students, you want to move with caution and make sure, again, they're strong and stable with their base of support before adding these challenges. Moving in to freestanding, our students are out, and again, they can freestand. So let's look at some other ways that we can change this. So we have 1 foot balance. We can play with the visual gaze. We can play with the foot position. So maybe taking the foot forward, side, back, or playing with the hands. Forward, side, up. So lots of different ways you can play. And it is okay to do that too with your students that are by the side of the chair. So if they're able to stand on 1 foot and start playing with their limb positions, or standing on 1 foot and playing with the one arm, that's another option. So again, to recap, once your students are strong and stable with whatever balance challenge you've given them for base of support, we can change their visual gaze, change their arm, or change their leg positions for an added challenge.